Hi everyone, I am Bhavan Kumar Chinwada and we are from Group 8. So let me just start with my midterm project presentation. So initially, to get familiarity with Unity, I created a small uh, car project by following some tutorials on YouTube, and this helped me get comfortable with the basic scripting and Unity editor. And after that, um, as we started planning our actual game, we spent developing the core script for our gameplay based on our ideas and that we have had in our pitch document. And this gave us a clear flow of what we have to build and how the game systems should work together. And later, I have peaked on developing the character for this game, and I started to focus on combat part, mainly with the weapon system and implementing the light attack combos. And at first, I tried to build with a dummy character, but uh, it's um, it felt a bit complex. So I started searching for the character for our game. So according to our game design, and the player should be mostly like a monkey warrior with a staff, but I couldn't find the free model, and eventually I found uh, on a website uh, Fab, but that was built for Unreal Engine. So I had to take a step further and uh, manage it to export it as FDX so that we can use it in Unity. Um, so th- so that is how so far I have progressed in this. And coming to the combat system, let me show you how I have designed. So initially, as I mentioned, I have got some attacks. So initially, the player will be in idle state, and using the clicks, I have progressed it to different attacks, which I call it as a streak. And if we enter the game, we can see that our player is in idle state right now. And with each click, he's gonna progress to each attack and again go back to idle. And let me show you my script as well. Yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm using uh, the like on click. So for each click, it is comparing the clicks and the number of clicks, S- and it's progressing uh, as I have shown in the editor. So right now, my player, um, I mean, right now my player doesn't move properly. That was done by my teammate Janvi, and right now we need to work on combining our code. And after this, I'll be adding few attack and hit mechanisms to our hero so that that will allow some interaction with the enemies through the combat. And I'll also implement hurt and damage animations where the characters visually reacts to the hit. E- yeah, so that's my progress so far.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashish Sangha. I'm part of team number 8. So, just like Bhavan, I got familiar with U- Unity and C Sharp script when I started working on this project. So, initially, I had done a few tutorials on how to use front end part of Unity to build basic mechanics and characters and how to integrate them. And to build custom components, I had learned C sharp and I'm still learning. So depending on the requirements I've been faced with, I'm learning what to do for the specific part. So I've been given the part where I have to orchestrate an attack on the main character between the levels before meeting the respective level boss. So I had written a couple of C sharp scripts where, if you can see, the mob AI is a script where when assigned to a mob, an NPC, what it does is it tracks the main character location and helps the mobs to reach the main character. So that is possible when I bake the nav mesh uh, terrain, which I send to my terrain over here. So, and coming to mob spawner is a managing component where I can manage my spawn points where I assign in this terrain part. So to quickly show you what I've done, I'll start my game. Yeah. So if you can see far away, the mobs are getting spawned randomly, which I can configure in my mob spawner. So I can just have a different types of mob characters and have different spawn points. So, and I can also configure the delay between the spawning and like how far they can stay away from the main character. So that is being achieved by the C sharp script I've written for mob spawner. So right now the characters are hitting T pose and doesn't have any proper animation. So I'm working on that uh, to have a proper WASD movements and attacks as well. So these mobs are supposed to reach the main character and perform their attacks, and it should affect the health of the main character. Um, so the vice versa must happen to the mobs as well when the main character attacks. So I'm working on the animation part of it, and my future plan is to complete the animations for the mobs, uh, have the proper orchestration of the attack pre-level one, and try to replicate that in next levels as well. Those are all my plans, and this is all my progress I've done till this point. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Janvi and I'll be demoing the piece of work I've done for our project. Um, so initially I started exploring various character assets and I have gone ahead with this one for our project and set it up. And I have worked on character movements for WSD keys, where the character would be able to move backwards, forwards, and rotate and also jump. And then I have written camera logic, which is the third person controller camera, which would smoothly rotate as the player is moving. And then I have implemented health system, um, which is player health script, where I have written some starting health, which he can start with, and then there's a maximum health which he can reach, which is 20, and we can always modify those values. And the health text, which is shown here, is part of HUD display, which is connected with HUD controller.cs, which updates the health of the player in real time as as he gains the health packs, and it updates the value as it changes. And then so the health cubes which I've provided over here, it's just to test my health scripts, which I'm gonna update in my future work. So for that, I've written like two CS files, which is base of pickup and health pickup. So basically, this is for whenever the player touches the health pack, it has to like destroy, and also player should be collecting the health. And I've written a spawner .cs, which is used to spawn these health packs. It also has minimum and maximum intervals and minimum number of objects and maximum number of objects or health packs which can exist in a game scene at a particular time. And also there's something called min distance from player. That is the minimum distance of player which uh, where they can spawn so that the player doesn't collide with the health packs. So I'm just gonna show a quick demo of how it's working. So these are the basic character movements, and as the player goes by, it disappears and he gains a health point as well. And as you can see, like the health pack doesn't spawn immediately after like a player gains it. It spawns at a minimum distance. Yep. So this is all with the work I've done. And coming to my future work, um, so at first I'm gonna work with Bhavan in order to merge his character attacks on this main character. And then I'm gonna work on refining the health system. Um, And then I'm also going to work on cast spell system where the player can cast certain spells like where he can heal himself with some sort of power packs. And then I'm going to work on basically integrating this character, including character attacks of Bhavan and everything in the environment provided by Rithik. Yeah, this is it with my contributions.
Hi guys, my screen visible?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so to start with my contributions, firstly I worked on designing and scripting the level 1 boss. I created a script that allows to boss detect a main player, chase them and attack them automatically when the main player is close enough. Boss uses the camera as a player reference so that it would be easy to merge it with the main player in the environment which Ritik is working on. I also connected the animator controller so the boss smoothly transits between running and these WSDA movements. Next, I developed the player controller system using Unity's new input system. After that, I improved the attack logic for the smoother gameplay. So, just to show you how the demo was. So, this was the boss coming to attack the main character as a camera as a main character. And then if he strikes here, it will show the player has been hit down there. And so coming to the scriptings, I had the main character script and the boss character script as well, like the WSD movements and the speed and the uh, close range of attacks, which boss would tend to attack the main player when in the region or the range which I set up. And yeah, while coming to the next improvements, I will be replacing my boss character with the new other boss character because I am using this boss character since the starting, just to had a quick overview about the Unity and to learn the tools and movements. I'm using this boss character so that by next weekly report I'll be updating this boss character, and then I would also improve the player control system like a health damage system, damage reactions, and death sequence as well. Uh, I mean, like that's all from my side.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I've created the terrain where everything will be integrated from the main hero to the all level bosses as well as the mobs shown by Ashish. So this is our terrain. This is the level one. Okay. On a large perspective, I can show you this my cursor where it shows this is the level one. This is level two, level three, and here will be level four. Here will be level four. So the game starts from here with this perspective of the hero, and it goes from level one to level two to level three to level four. Every level, every transition from level one to level next has some kind of uh, what we say a transition effect. So this is the transition effect here. You can see the stairs are the first transition effect. We will add some kind of animation here, which will be showing uh, a perspective to the hero that you have crossed the level one, you defeated the level one boss, and now you're going to level next. On every peak, we have added some kind of side quest watchtowers, where these watchtowers have their watch guard, where he is doing his work, and if you come under the range or the not safe distance according to the guard, it will shower magic attacks on you. That will be fireballs. I can show you the fireballs. It will look like this. Okay. So moving on to next, we have created lots of prefab and lots of game items here, which are like river, which is like this statue here, flowing river, which has its own coding mechanism, which continuously flows. Lot of prefab like this and side quest. Then our player enters this cave, which has the lighting effects. Currently, we have not baked the entire inside of the cave. In the next upcoming requirement, we'll bake the lighting inside so that it will look better and better darkness or saturation during the player enters and exit the cave. Other than that, we have added some kind of players uh, and as well as the burning mechanism, and as well as the alien stuff as well. At the last, I'll say that we worked on the beautification of the scene. As you saw in the Ashish presentation, the scene was not that kind of baked, so we have added some reflection probes as well as the post processing as well as the nave mesh agent to this kind of terrains where our player don't climb up this kind of rough steep climbs. So that is a kind of physics mechanism we worked on. Also, on the coding side, I worked on the guard motions. So here our guard, if you can see, have this kind of scripts, enemy attack, where he confines the area, which is his boundaries, and if any foreign item or the foreign entity enters in that item, he starts to blow up the magic attacks on it. We have also added secret orb to the watchtowers. At the moment, we have two watchtowers, but in future we are thinking to add two or three watchtowers. Which one? I mean, the random one will have the orb, which is the one thing that you have to complete or sorry, to grab or to acquire to complete the game, to win the game. So that is from my side. Uh, and we'll next move to the future section, which will which we'll briefly discuss what is our future plans to the current progress we have done. I think John, we will start with that.
Bhavan?
Yeah. Okay. So to summarize and to be specific with our timeline, so firstly, we'll plan to focus on merging all our team members' work into an unified, stable project build. So by project report 3, we'll be trying to finish our progress and resolve the conflicts. And by report 4, we'll be completing our individual character features. And again, we'll try to merge those new features into our current progressive game. And by level 5, and for report 5, we'll try to finish our level 2, and we'll give an appropriate time for merging and testing overall game. So, and also if we pick up the pace and finish things early from our timeline, we'll plan to uh, for the next levels and we'll start working on. Yeah, that is it about our midterm report.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.